Can you feel it in the air? Electricity running wild. Here I am. It is I, Brett Sieber, host of the FTFL Weekly Update, owner of the Hulkamaniacs, and lest we not forget, all hail to your king. Week 10 is in the books, just 3 weeks to go. And boy, oh boy, is it going to be a wild ride till the end. We have 3 teams that have gotten to that magical number 7. We have 3 teams tied at 4 and 6, fighting for the 6th and final playoff spot, and no teams completely eliminated from the competition to date. 3 to go. Everyone's got a shot. I know some have got probably a better shot than others, but more on that later. Now, the Hulkamaniacs have been running wild for ages. But the Ebronomaniacs? Oh yeah, I'm all in on that, buddy. Eric Ebron career game given away for mere peanuts. Or at least that's what one owner thinks. Le'Veon Bell? We've been keeping track of it all season long, and just today we found out that that bum, that no-good, low-life garbage heap of a football player, maybe that was a bit much. Regardless, he's not coming. He ain't going to show up. He gave up $14.5 million. If we all could have those problems. Problems, though, is what Le'Veon caused for Andy, and boy, oh boy, is he now in the running for the coveted toilet seat. I guess we'll find out. Lastly, executive orders be damned. I don't care what Trump says. The guy's a moron. Idiot, complete asshat. Back. Don't be salty. For now, though, let's get to the games. Battle for first place in the North. Hulkamaniacs coming in at 5 and 4, taking on the 6 and 3 Mana, 3-time over-the-top, super-duper crazy, never been one luckier. You still owe me 7 cents, champ Mana. And this one, marks are hinted I'd have to score over 100, as if he's some sort of, I don't know, clairvoyant. And he was right. So maybe there's more to that. Maybe. 106 for Manamana, 76.5 for the Hulkamaniacs. Of course, marks are buoyed by the huge performance by the Steelers on Thursday night. The Carolina Panthers have been on a roll. The defense have been playing better. And then they just flat out didn't show up. Yeah, thanks, Carolina Panthers, you idiots. 44 points for Big Ben Buzzsaw Roethlisberger. James Conner, a slow 10.5. But coming out of that night, Markshire had himself 54.5 smooth points. And he never looked back. David Revenge Tour Johnson, yeah, kind of just doing his thing, having some good games. Oh, but he saves the best for playing against the Hulkamaniacs. Thanks so much for that, David Johnson, 27.5. Jeff did have 4 that were at 5 or lower. However, it really didn't matter. Todd Gurley for the Hulkamaniacs, 17.5, continues to lead the way. Aaron Rodgers, 14. The Chiefs defense, 14. I also had 4 that were 5 and under. Mike Williams, the big pickup of the week, since Sammy Watkins was out and no one else wants to play. Yeah, he netted me a big fat 0. Way to go, Mike. If your marks are Breida, Chubb, McCoy, all on the bench. Of course, Mark's starting lineup. He had Hunt and Connor and Johnson. Those 3, though, on the bench, 69.5 points. Markster traded away none of them at the deadline. A.J. Green is dinged up. Adam Thielen, yes, he is the man. But you should have gotten something. You can't play 6 running backs. You can't play 5. You can't even play 4. Bart would tell you that 3 is the magic number. What are you going to do? However, he keeps on doing is winning against me, 71% winning percentage overall. Now has a 2-game lead over the Hulkamaniacs, including the tiebreaker, so there is 0 chance I can take the division. However, still in the thick of it with the playoffs. Speaking of playoffs, the next 2 teams still with aspirations. Ryan Deesum and his, well, titties and balls. I guess I'll take it easy on him this week. At 6 and 3, taking on the pit of misery, Dilly Dilly at 3 and 6. The man who said he's given up. The man who said it's over. The man who has proclaimed, I'm out. Well, guess what? With the 121 to 105.5 victory, you're still in. You are 4 and 6, one of 3 teams tied for the 6th and final spot with 3 to go. guess we're going to have to watch, see where this goes. Russell Wilson, 26. Michael Thomas is having a resurgence, 20 points. OBJ with 18 and Robbie Gould with 14. 32 points combined on Monday night. Went into Monday night down 16 and a half. More than made that up. Decent, all he could do was idly stand by and just, I guess, bounce them back and forth. Or maybe down lower because they hang, but that's neither here nor there. If you're decent, Alvin Kamara had 20. Matt Ryan had 18 after a blistering week last week. Brandon Cook, 17. Will Lutz, 17. Andrew Luck, Baker Mayfield on the bench, both with more points than Matt Ryan. Mark Ingram, 17 and a half points. You take a couple of those, you throw them in your lineup, and boom, you're 7-3. Instead, you fall to 6-4. And now we're one game back of the leader, the Monkeys. More on him later. Next up, Pump, the demonic love child of Pump and Troop. Demonic love child of Trump and Putin, coming in at 3-6, taking on Team Linkowitz, as is, as was, as always will be. Team Linkowitz 6-3, and the Linkowitz train keeps on rolling. 122 Pumps 99. Tyreek Hill for Linkowitz 27.5. Zach Ertz. You know, if Swart couldn't have Eric Ebron score 27 points for him, I guess no, it's not even a fair trade because Zach Ertz dropped 27 points on him. Carson Wentz, 18. Juju Smith-Schuster, 17.5. And the keeper, lordy, the keeper, God and all that is Savior. By the way, I've still not heard one peep from John when I laid it down. Not one little thought on my challenge. Not anything. So maybe, just maybe, he's figured out that keeping a kicker was indeed, after all, a huge mistake. Although it doesn't show because, again, he is now 7-3, tied for first in the North. If you're Swart, Leonard Fournette, welcome back, 20.5 points. Cam Newton, 14. Jones, 23.5. I'm trying to think who his Jones player even is. Oh, that's right. Aaron Jones, Packers running back. Dude's a beast, 23.5. Mitch Trubisky sitting on the bench with 40 points. Could have won having him in there. I'm not sure if that's his rookie keeper. Maybe. With that loss, he is now guaranteed a losing record. However, still in the hunt, barely. Gonna need a lot of help. Speaking of help, I decided, you know what? Let's help Salty out. Let's just say nay to the executive order, and let's bring you Don't Be Salty.
Welcome to Don't Be Salty. I'm your host, the Saltiest of Salts, Adam Saltmarsh, the owner of the Radioactive Monkeys, the now 7-3 Monkeys at that best. Thanks to Trump's best friend, Sid, for not showing up, but showing up for the party. Sorry, Sid. Trump me, I trump you. You got trumped and salted. Sorry. Okay, now here we go. I've been talking about this over and over again. We're going to talk about the Hulkamaniacs. Yep, that's right. By the way, to my math calculations, and I called my friend up in Browerville, Jeff, he's a math teacher up there, he said 18 is larger than 14. So you should play the person that has 18 points over the person that has 14 points. And he also did state this too. If a person scores 28 points over 20 points, as Breeze did over Rivers, Pack Attack, don't be salty for that one again. Because I told you, I keep on telling you, your efficiency rating is 72.6. You can be more efficient if you just listen to the salt guy. All right? So stop it. So, Hulkamaniacs, you took a big blow here also. I mean, the whole Rivers Goff thing's not working out for you. I keep on telling you, I'm not sure what to say, but mathematically, Jeff was the second worst efficient team at 73.6 efficiency. He had 4 players that could have played and helped his score beat you, but he didn't need that because he still beat you. Sorry. Don't be salty, Brett. Don't be salty. All right, Mr. Ryan Deesum, once again, I tell you to go with luck. You don't go with luck. You go with Ryan. My math guy up in Browerville still states Luck scores 26 points. Ryan scores 18. 26 is bigger than 18. Yep. Don't be salty. But this one goes out to my dear friend, Mr. Pump. Pump it up, man. Pump it up. Yeah, he traded me Ebron. Ebron went off on a tear, helped me win this week. And he stated, I'm never going to trade with you again. But let's reflect back onto this. Jeff, You traded with Jeff for Hunt. You gave away all your players. You got all these draft picks now. So are you going to trade with them again? Just because they helped your team lose? I don't know. But you could have won if you would have started Jesse James, the guy I gave you, with 6.5 points over Olsen, who only had 4. But the biggest mistake of your season is that you started Newton, who had 14. Trabowski had 40 points sitting on your bench. You probably could have won. You probably could have won. So don't blame me and don't say I'm not going to trade with the salt guy just because of that. So with that, my friend, don't be salty. I actually got some fan mail in the mail the other day, and I said, hey, yeah, you can come on my episode. If they played the whole time, you're more than welcome to come on my episode. So I'm going to leave you with this. Just don't be salty next week. And this is some fan mail from Wayne from Laconia. Hello, my name is Wayne from Laconia. And Mr. Saltmarsh, I just want to say thank you so much for letting me take this opportunity and say my praises for the FTFL. Because I tell you what, I've been trying to call that Hulkamania guy and try to get on the show, but he never lets me on the show. So I really appreciate it. And remember, it might be snowing today, it might be raining today, but always be protected by your rubbers. Okay, so, but really, I just want to say thank you. I mean, the FTFL means so much to me. I watch it every week, and I watch the show, and I'm just the biggest fan of that Hulkamania guy. He must work out. So, thank you very much, and I appreciate it, and keep wearing those tight pants.
You know, I've actually seen Wayne on the police report a couple times. Apparently keeps trying to use Lake Waconia Beach as a nude beach, has been told that that's not an option. Now, Wayne, I am super happy that you are a fan of the show. Let's just keep your clothes on. Now, Saltmarsh makes an interesting point, and has been this whole Goff versus Rodgers, 18 points versus 14 points. He's got a friend in Browerville that can do math. Well, woo! Is your friend also a gypsy? Does your friend a fortune teller? Does your friend peer into the future and tell you exactly what's going to happen each and every week? Because, yeah, I could tell you 18 is greater than 14. However, there's nowhere listed that that's exactly how many points each player is going to score each week. You put them in and you see what happens. You grab the horseshoe, you hold on tight, and you see what shakes out. Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than Jared Goff. And I'd be damned if I let him sit on the bench. As far as the Ebron trade, I understand that Adam Swart was a little upset about it. Adam Swart, you're not going to get 5,000 first-round picks, 2,800 second-round picks, and a partridge in a pear tree with every trade. Eric Ebron was a nobody, is a nobody. He's a serviceable tight end, but by no means does one 27.5-point game justify, like, oh, the greatest of all time. Oh, boo-hoo, you're fine. Things didn't work out. You got extra draft picks for next year. Go ahead and just tuck those away and wait until a better day. I guess that's it as far as I'm considered for Don't Be Salty. Glad it's back. On now to the games. King of the North coming in at 4-5, desperately needing a win against the Monkeys, coming in at 6-3. Now, if you're the King of the North, Sid has been scoring all sorts of points, and this week he put up another bunch of points, 96 to be exact. However, Saltmarsh put up 101, notches a victory, heads into first place all by his lonesome in the South, and really, I think, since the Melvin Gorman trade, he has only lost once. In Melvin, we trust. Gordon did tack on 22.5 points, also, but then outdone by the aforementioned Eric Ebron at 27.5, Antonio Brown 19, Tom Brady 4.5. Hasn't looked good as of late. Dak Prescott, Andy Dalton, no running backs. I'm not entirely sure what you offered or didn't offer to Markster. He was sitting on a pile. Maybe he just doesn't like you. I don't know. Or was he? No, he made a trade. He wasn't one of the two people you were talking about. If you're Sid, you started off the week with an awesome performance from Christian McCaffrey, 28.5 points. Patty Mahomes notched 20. Keenan Allen kind of slowly creeping back into existence with 11. Jordan Howard with a big bust-a-palooza 2.5. And oh yeah, I smell it. You know what's coming. If Jordan Howard hits his average in this game, Sid either ties and or wins. Like I said, Keenan Allen is heating up. However, it may not matter because Sid now falls to 4-6 and is tied for that last and final playoff spot. Good team, just not a great record. Last year, Sid had a good team, just not a great record. Will we see a repeat? Funny thing about Eric Ebron, he had just as many touchdowns in this one game as in all of 2014 and 2016 seasons combined. It was an asterisk. It was an anomaly. I don't expect any more of it going forward, although we should probably ask Markster because he is the one who sees all. Last game of the week, the Pack Attack coming in at 4-5. Again, another team who desperately needs a win, taking on the lowly Architect at 2-7. And the Pack Attack, again, couldn't get it done. There was a time when Eric was 3-0. Since then, he has gone 1-6. Ouch, that hurts. If you're the Architect, Ezekiel Elliott plowed through 27 points on his way to a Dallas Cowboy victory. Stafford added 16. Devontae Adams another 16, 4 at 5 or lower. Phillip Rivers 20. Of course, Drew Brees, as mentioned by Saltmarsh, had 28. That, again, two quarterbacks don't have one. We just keep saying it. I guess you're rolling the dice again. Ask Markster. Greg Zierlein 14. Kenny Galladay 13. Brees and Johnson on the bench. Kerryon Johnson. Maybe again a rookie keeper. However, those two go in, take those other two out. Boom! You got yourself a victory. You'd be 5-5. However, you're 4-6. Again, three-way tie for the 6th seed. You on the season have the lowest efficiency in the league. So you're making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. Not that you would have won every week, although you could have won at least 4 times. I guess that's why we play the game. Matt at 3-7 finds himself not out of it yet. We are almost out of it. We're going to wrap this up. The stud, the dud, the decent update. A brand new contender. Thanks to one Le'Veon Bell. But first, the stud. Of course, stupid Big Ben Buzzsaw Roethlisberger with 44 points on Thursday night. How could he not be? Dud of the week, Jordan Howard. I said, if you get your average of 7.7, your team ties or wins, you let him down in the biggest of ways. James White was runner-up. He comes in averaging about 14, only got 2.5. Wouldn't have made up the difference, but it definitely stung to have him there. Deesum, though, could afford taking the loss. Eric's loss is Sid's loss is far more meaningful. Decent update. Again, Eric with 4 coulda wins, lowest efficiency rating on the season. That is something to watch. The Eric Ebron trade, what a joke. No, I'm just kidding. It was a stupid trade, and it doesn't really matter. Andy kept Le'Veon Bell with the hopes that he'd come back, with the hopes he'd be able to trade him away. Now, in some ways, this is similar to when Deesum kept Andrew Luck and he never played. But then Deesum went on to win the title. Andy has a long ways to go to get there. Still, I guess, a chance. But oh, what could have been. And lastly, John kept a kicker. Next week's games, Week 11. Here we go. Big one. 2 first-place teams, opposite divisions. Manah, 3-time Lucky Pants champ Manah at 7-3, taking on the Radioactive Monkeys. Also at 7-3, Ryan Deesum, his big old stinky, sweaty, nasty prune shape, dropping on the floor, tripping over him on your way to answer the door. Titties and balls, 6-4, taking on the Pack Attack in 4-6. Team Lincoln with 7-3, hoping to stay pace with Markster, taking on the Pit of Misery Dilly Dilly at 4-6. The Hulkamaniacs at 5-5, looking to improve their playoff standing, taking on Pump, coming in at 3-7. And lastly, the King of the North at 4-6, taking on the Architect in the Friends Bowl. Well, hey, then again, aren't we all friends? And speaking of our friends, Andrew McBride, keep fighting. Keep pushing. We're pulling for you. We want you to get better. We want you to, at some point, get up, walk around, and be you again. Until then, this is Brett Sieber, FTFL Weekly Update, signing off. Peace! Hocus pocus! Alakazam! It is I, the great Marxini. I see all that is and all that will be. The future is mine to interpret. All that I need is the powers of this crystal orb. Wait! It's it's not responding. What? We're still oh crap. The great Mike Cini will solve all of your problems. Whoa!